Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, we're going to be doing a guide for the currently best known teams for the Crystal Beetle. Keep in mind, this is only the start of the second day, so this is based off of 1 full days of testing between communities, and I'm going to give some massive shout outs for this testing. So just keep in mind that it is very early days and this might change, and I will update you guys if it does change, but trying to keep you guys updated with what is currently seen to be the best teams as we go through this, so you guys can try and maximize your scores. And if you want to make modifications to these teams and find something better, please do let me know. But for the shout outs, we're going to give a shout out to Pridewin over here, and they have done this in conjunction with Analytica. Massive shout out to Analytica. And if you want to use the team builder, this ATech here in Analytica's website is the one that people are using to make these team formations. My dog shit Australian internet is struggling to load it, but hey, you get what you get. But yeah, massive shout out to Analytica. I was just chilling in their Discord yesterday watching people put through their testing. Really fantastic over there. So massive shout out to Analytica, and once again Pridewin for putting this up. Now Pridewin over here have 3 team options, but there is one team option that I think they are leaving out that I do want to test myself, and I will do that testing for you guys. So this one is using the Freyesto. Basically Freyesto gives extra buffing and just found to be the best option for this. We got Thorin, who in my run, Thorin and Scarlita did about the same amount of damage, and then Corrin does like probably they're both doing about 75% of Corrin's damage. So Corrin is like the primary unit in this one. It's a very weird boss. It looked like they were trying to make it catered towards the magic damage dealers. Like even in the recommended, they say magic damage. However, they didn't allow for the fact that true damage is still going to be good, and the thing that Merrilee isn't shining, I believe, is due to the dodge, and so dodge is making it Merrilee, and I believe that's the main reason she's getting dropped out. Odie just isn't performing either, and magic damage just doesn't seem that great. And once again, we're still getting more effectiveness out of these units. So let's go back over here and take a look. So Thorin, once again, Thorin does some big beefy damage in this, as you will see from the runs. Once again, this is the Freyesto team. I don't have Freyesto on the spender account, so I can't show you guys this one. Over here is the no Freyesto, but this one involves having Scarlita, probably ideally heavily invested, but also having yourself a Rainier at Mythic Plus to make this one work. Now, this is the team that I used over here to get my score of 14 million. I have not leveled my characters since I did this run so that we can do some testing here. Just keep in mind, like all things, as you retry, RNG is always going to be the thing with the same team. So you might go up, you might go down, but because we're so limited on testing, I want to go through this stuff with you guys. So that is the team over here. If I go back over here, that is the team that I used to go ahead and get my current best score on this account. Then they have the no sell hypo team, and this is going to be a very free-to-play friendly one for players. Now, Lucius doesn't really need deep investment for this, unless he starts dying, but I think he should be pretty good at low investment. We will go ahead and test this team, but then there's one team in between the no Freyesto and the Cell Hypo that I think some people may want to know about, and that would be the team where you have Rainier at Mythic Plus, but you don't have Scarlita, because none of these account for that. So I want to try dropping Coco and putting Rainier in and see if that has any impact on the score. So those people that do have Rainier, maybe that could be your best team. So that is what we're going to test here. We're going to go through once again. I'm just jump over here again. We're going to go ahead and we're going to test. We've already tested that team, so we're going to test this full free-to-play team. Then we'll test the Rainier sub-in for Coco team, and we'll see how all this goes. So let's jump in and let's do some testing. But those are the team options, and honestly, the free-to-play team is pretty accessible if you have that Corrin built. So as you can see, this was the team that I originally used. Now, if we're looking to use the other team, we're taking out Rainier, we're taking out Scarlita, we're putting Lucius in, we're putting the Smokey in, if I can find the man, and then we're putting the Coco in as well. So let's go ahead, and we're also going to use the Beast one, the Evocation spell. Dude, I never know the names of these things. I just make up names for them, and that's what sticks to me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll test this formation. We'll see how this goes, and then once again, after this one's done, we'll go ahead and we'll test it with the Rainier, and then for our last attack, I'll probably just show you the first team again with the beefed up Scarlita team. All right, so let's go in, let's jump, and let's do it. You know, I should put the game volume up, shouldn't I? You know, that'd be a responsible thing. There we go. Better than just my voice. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. This one, you're doubling up on shields, so you're pretty safe in that aspect. And as long as your main units, your main damage is shielded, you're pretty much good to go. You can see there, Lucius sometimes putting his shields over on the Coco, which is kind of problematic if we didn't have the Coco shield as well. So maybe that's where Coco is still going to turn out to be a little bit better than Rainier, because Rainier will stay back a little bit. So that's what I'm curious to see, and that's why I do want to test that formation. Now, keeping in mind my other best score with the double cell hypo team was 14 million. Once again, I don't have the Freyesto, so I can't compare that, unfortunately. But as you can see, this score is not going to be horrible compared to that of the double Celestial Hypergean team with Scarlita and Rainier. And once again, RNG comes into these things, so, you know, maybe with a bit more testing, you could get closer, or it could be even further apart. But there you go. We're going to get about 13 mil. So 13 mil for a very, very free-to-play accessible team. Obviously, you need the Mythic Plus on the Corrin as well, but if you've gotten to this stage of the game, most people probably haven't, unless, because of the fall-off of Corrin, people shifted away. I built him before the season started, so I've had that investment. But as you can see there, that was 13 million. And my current best with the Scarlata Rainier team is 14.2. It's not a huge difference, so that's not too bad for a free-to-play team. Now, once again, I do want to go ahead and test this team, which would be dropping the Coco. We'll put him there, and then putting in the Rainier into this position. Just in editing, I realized I messed up with the Thorin link. So there's a couple different options you could do. You could do something just like this and link Thorin to the Rainier to get that extra damage onto Thorin for extra reflection damage. It's not going to make a mega difference, I don't think, but it's something that you can do. The other one you could do is try this on Corrin. I think both of those are definitely viable options. But the other thing you could try with this one, if you think your Lucius isn't working, is you could definitely try the Coco instead of the Lucius in this sort of team. So once again, it does have those different flex around options. If you only have a Mythic Plus Rainier and none of the other cell hypos, I do think one of these teams would turn out to be optimal. Once again, it just sucks that we are so limited on 3 tests per day. So unfortunately, I didn't get to test them all, but I do think this is going to be a very fantastic team for those that do have the Mythic Plus Rainier built. And I'm very curious to see how this one performs in comparison to that previous one. So the previous one got about 13 million. Let's go ahead and see what this one can get, because this is, if there is a team that uses Rainier and no other Celestial Hypergeans, I'm sure the Rainier people want to know about it, and I think this would be the best substitution. I think dropping the Coco instead of dropping Lucius is the play. Lucius shields are just more reliable from my experience in this so far. Now, maybe I could move Lucius so that he gets on the other side of the boss, because he's kind of in this weird position, but his shield does seem to be landing on himself anyway, even though it doesn't look in range of it. So he's putting it on himself there. And once again, if we're getting juggled with the Rainier, that's not really an issue. And the great thing about this team with Corrin being the main DPS is that Corrin is always going to be immune to it, because he's got his own shields. So that's where we're perfectly fine. And that's probably what the shield that Lucius has had when he's not shielding himself, is Corrin putting the shield on. But then we've got Thorin, who also does mega damage in this team, because he's immune to that CC anyway, so he's going to punch it through regardless. So that's another good side about it. But if you look at this one, we're actually going pretty good. And when I said I didn't change my levels, I think Scarlita is my highest level character, so keep that in mind as well. But this one, yeah, so this might be my best score. Oh, it's like right on par. Wait, let's check. So that's my new best score with that one, which is pretty much right smack bang on what the Scarlata Rainier team was. Once again, RNG with retries will be a thing. But I just want to quickly check my heroes, because like I said, I haven't leveled them. Dude, why have I got those two? Okay, good. Don't ask. I think I was doing towers. I can't remember what I was doing, but that's good. So I've had them like that the whole time, which is fantastic. So that means all my units have been 370. So for personal score, it's not great, but for the actual testing, everyone has been 370, which is perfect for our testing. Now, the last one we're going to do here is I'll sacrifice the damage on this one just so we can do it for scientific stake. Let's go into battle. And let's go ahead and do the Scarlata team, which is going to be you there, drop you stay there, and then we put Scarlata over here. 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 And then we And that should be pretty good. And then this one is operating off of this from what I've seen. So let's go ahead, once again, let's test this. A little bit of RNG, but for those with the Mythic Plus Rainier, that last team I think is a really solid option, probably your best option. And like I said, I'll see if Antilla can add it to the website, because I think that is a very valid option for a lot of people who have Rainier built, don't have Scarlita built, and don't have a what's his face, Freyasto. So let's check this one. Let's make sure I got this team right. Yep, that is right. Let's go in. And let's test this for the control test. So this way, you guys will be seeing every team formation that is on there that I can do. Once again, I can't show you guys the Freyasto team, so if you do have Freyasto, definitely go ahead and test that out. But so far, it's looking like if you do have the Rainier, he's not useless in this one. Just slap him in place of that Coco in the free-to-play team, and you're pretty much good to go. Let's see what this. Let's see if this one's outscales it. But I'm pretty sure this is fine, because I didn't do much yesterday. I just did dailies. So I haven't done a push, so I'm pretty sure I had my Resonating Crystal at the same Resonating Crystal. Whatever, my character levels the Resonance, dude. Too many AFK rating terms. I'm pretty sure I had it the same. But you can see with this one, the annoying thing is that Scarlita is on the backside. But, I mean, actually, no, it's not even annoying. I was just going to say it's annoying that she's not getting shielded, but she's not getting spiked anyway, so it's completely irrelevant. Ignore what I just said. So here we go. 20 seconds left. We're at 12 million. So the full free-to-play team did about 13 million, and we're looking to beat about 14,200,000 to beat the non-Scarlita team. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, so honestly, at the moment, now, once again, this is... you just got to wait and see. I forgot to show you guys damage on the last one. But as you can see, Thorin does a truckload of damage. Scarlita does a truckload of damage, and then we have here. But in the Smokey teams, Smokey is doing a lot of damage as well. But unfortunately, I didn't click on it. I do apologize. But that is what we are looking at. Like I said, for my this personal testing right now, it's looking like the Rainier team in place of Coco for this. If we go back over here, it's looking like replacing Coco with Rainier, moving Lucius to spot 11, moving Corrin to where Coco is, and placing Rainier in the middle. That's currently my best team. But once again, it does come down to a lot of RNG, and I haven't got the Freyasto to test with. So if you do have the Freyasto, go ahead and test that. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Once again, massive shout out to Pridewin, massive shout out to Analytica. I'll leave their links in the description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.